Hey, you are gay. Shit. Fuck you, Mario. I'm a coming, Luigi! Yuck!
Coming from the left side of your screen, I guess, because I'm videoing this from the left side of the page. So as I'm looking at it, from the bottom of the page, and that's why my shading starts at the base of the feather, and then it lightens as it gets to the tip. Some of these feathers, as you can see I'm doing now, I know that they're going to be I'll show you a trick when I get to that, but I know they're going to be I want them to be highlighted because they're going to be a main part. That's what your eye gets attracted to. Gets a bigger feather. And I also want to show the shape of it too. So what I'm doing here is well, off camera here, I'm kicking myself in the butt for putting all these little feathers in here in this detail that I actually have to complete. I'm very bad for that. You see, that wasn't too. A lot of times when I'm looking at this artwork or a piece of artwork, I'm not happy sometimes with something. I'm looking at the drawing as a whole. As you're only zoomed into a certain spot, I'm looking at the entire griffin, like the body, the wing, and everything, and I'm trying to make sure that my darks are dark enough and they match each other, my values, I guess you could call them. And so now I'm just going in and trying to dark to show light, light to show dark. You can see the gray where I shaded just above there, and I'm going in with a darker, pressing a little harder on the 3B pencil, and I'm going in and I'm just trying to show those feathers and add some depth to the ones underneath. I know another podcast that I've discussed on my audio podcast, I've discussed that you only need an HB pencil. That's all you need, but sometimes you need more. As you can see there, the dark tip, I shaded a little lighter gray, like a little lighter, and that made that dark tip show up. But I still put enough shadow in there to indicate that there's feathers above that one, so it adds a little bit of realism to it. So yeah, I don't know how else to explain that. I used to harp you only need one kind of pencil, but there's different projects you're going to need where you're going to have to use different kinds of pencils, different HBs and H's. Anybody who's watching this who does a lot of pencil work knows what I'm talking about. I don't use a lot of pencil. Pencil to me is it's a skeleton tool. I use it to draw in the framework of what I'm doing, and then I go in with a pen or a pencil crayon or felt or whatever, and I go in and finish, or even a brush too. I'm going to get into doing inking with a brush. I've been hearing lots about it in different podcasts I listen to. By the way, if you guys, if you're watching this in iTunes, I do have a, you've probably seen this in previous videos, but I do have a YouTube channel. It's Liquid Dragon Podcast. You can check that out on YouTube. And if you're watching this YouTube and you have an iPod or you have iTunes, you can totally check it out. Liquid Dragon Design in my iTunes. I do a little bit of audio podcasting. Sometimes I do movie reviews. Sometimes I'll do talk about art a little bit of news that I see on the internet floating around. Nothing really major. Just kind of. I'm going to go to more of a diary format eventually. I'm just still. I've been at it for a few years now, or a year or two, whatever. But I'm going to start make it a little more professional, tightening things up. But the main thing is I get so busy when I do get a chance to draw, because in my day job it's tough, and now I'm engaged and I got a stepdaughter and everything else, and we're planning a family, so my time is very limited. And I actually had I had an extra 2 days, spare 2 days where it was crappy weather outside, so I decided to work on this. But anyways, back to the artwork here. Like I say, dark to show light, light to show dark. I'm working from the base of the feather to the tip of the feather, using pencil pressure to indicate highlights, to indicate the shading. As you can see, I'm just kind of leaving the tip, or just leaving a little like edge, about a pencil diameter edge, on some of these feathers. And like I said, it's not supposed to be photorealistic. It's just to give the indication that there's feathers there, and there's lots of them, and there's volume. Because I mean, it's a griffin. It's a big mythical beast, right? So that's why this is the way it is. It's still, if you look at it, it still looks like it's a wing. I'm thinking anyway. To me, it looks like a wing. So. And don't be afraid to fire me an email, andrew@liquiddragondesign.com, or don't be afraid to leave comments in iTunes. See what I'm doing here too is I'm just going with the tips, darkening them up, because I know there's going to be background of some kind, and I just wanted to have dark to show light, light to show dark. And I'm just coloring these tips in too, and I'm just using pencil pressure to blend up. I don't want to take too much of the white away from that page. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of going nice and easy in here to make sure that I don't take, because that's the main wingtips there. So that's the one you want to have you want to really draw your attention to, kind of thing. So anyways, next is the leg. So I'm going to start working on the leg here, and the legs are going to be different. I'm going to put a little bit of color in the legs, nothing much, just to indicate it's different from the wings. So all I'm doing here is just shading in underneath, I guess it would be feather fur down. I don't know. You tell me what it is, because it's just a fantasy drawing, and it could be anything. There's no reference for this when I did this piece. It's just I just started drawing it, and then I put it away for a couple of years because I got busy in other projects, paid projects, and finally things have been a little bit slow, and broke my hand, like I had mentioned in other videos, so I needed to get the rust out. So this was good practice. And sorry about my my head in the thing there. As you can see, there's lots of little lines going around in there. That's pen, by the way, that's laid down there. I'm using this 3B, which is nice and dark, and it's the same color as that black ink, and I can really get in there, and that's why my head's over the camera. I apologize for that. And I can really get in there and hide that ink, and because I originally was going to do it in pen, but it would have taken way too long. So that's why I'm using the 3B. So as you can tell, I got the piece of paper down so I don't smudge, and my oils in my hand don't get on the paper. So just kind of following the lines here. No rocket science here. I'm just going along my lines, and just sort of squiggling along, just kind of shading in, adding value. I guess highlighting with the dark pencil, I guess, is all I'm doing, and then eventually I'll start shading in, coloring in, fading in a little bit, and then I'll end up going with a pencil crayon. I can't remember what color I used, but I go with like a light brown pencil crayon, and I just sort of blend the values, the dark values to the pencil crayon, and I don't make it too fancy because it's not meant to be. Not meant to be, basically. See how nice that dark pencil goes in and really covers up those lines? It's really nice. So it's a good little tip for you if you run into trouble with that stuff. And once again, my light source was above. I guess it'd be the left side of the screen as you're watching this, so I had to really make sure that I kept that in mind as I'm doing this. And I'm also looking at the entire picture. You can't see that right now, obviously, but I'm making sure that everything is the same, stays uniform. All my tones are the same, all my values are the same. And I wish I would have videoed the dragon. I had computer problems, so that's why I couldn't do it. But anyways, yeah, this is the idea. andrew@liquiddragondesign.com. Liquid Dragon Podcast is my YouTube channel. Please comment, spread the word, leave reviews. Whatever, just contact me. I like listening. I like hearing from the art community, and I like the feedback. And I'm one of those guys that will email back when I get a chance. So have a good day. Take care, and peace.